Planning to visit or live in Cuenca, Ecuador? If you've traveled outside of North America, you may have already experienced some of the differences related to getting around on foot in Latin America or Asian countries. If you haven't had the experience, sit back and we'll show you examples of the pitfalls you'll likely encounter when in Ecuador. Many expats opt to not initially purchase a vehicle upon moving to Ecuador. In large cities, public transportation is quite efficient and still used by a high percentage of the population. If you choose to live in an urban area, markets and shops are at every corner to meet your daily needs. Taxi rides are very affordable, with the meter typically starting at 50 cents with a $1.50 minimum. We can get around easily to anywhere we need to go for under a $6 return trip. Many expats choose to not own a vehicle for the simple change of pace and to live a different lifestyle that isn't vehicle-centric or focused. The upside of walking everywhere is the immediate health benefit of walking. In fact, walking coupled with the eating of non-fast and processed foods sees many expats dispensing with medications simply because of a healthier lifestyle. We've taken to primarily walking in our near 2 years in Cuenca. We average near 10,000 steps per day, which equates to 8 kilometers or 5 miles per day. However, these health benefits are tempered with some potential unforeseen dangers. We've met many expats who have, within weeks of their arrival, while simply walking about, inadvertently sustained injuries and in many cases required medical attention. Case in point is my wife Louise, who fell while crossing a street within the first hours upon arrival in Cuenca. 3 shoulder surgeries and significant expense later, she's still on the mend. A new friend of mine moved to Cuenca in February and on his 3rd day stepped off the high curb and tore his Achilles tendon. He's still recuperating to this day. So care must be taken when walking in Ecuador, as sidewalks are uneven, may have holes or heaves, may be made of uneven cobblestones, have slopes and slants, and may end abruptly, or you may have to avoid dog feces. Cuenca has these bollards on select intersections which are knee-high, and some may be broken, as in this example. Another hazard are retractable grates used to put out the trash for pickup. When left in the open position, they're a hazard at eye level, and we've known expats to walk into them. Crosswalks are another adventure. Most Ecuadorian drivers are too hurried to take note of pedestrians to provide right-of-way at crosswalks. It's important to note that Ecuador doesn't have any distracted driving laws. So, cell phone use is rampant and to the point of a significant public safety risk. In reading news reports of traffic collisions and fatalities, the term loss of track seems to be very frequent. Lost track isn't a causal factor, but a consequence of another action. Dare we say distracted driving? It is not uncommon to read that a bus driver in a serious fatal collision will run away from the scene to avoid responsibility. So, care should be taken when crossing at intersections, as you may just be invisible to a distracted driver. This incident just amazed me as I watched this particular driver literally stop their vehicle to consult their cell phone for directions, oblivious to other drivers. Back to driving school, anyone? Here's another chuckler. This vehicle is parked, running with the pet inside, at an intersection, if you can believe it. 3 people on a moped or a motorcycle? Children hanging on? How about delivering a TV on a motorcycle? Yup, you'll see it here. Lane splitting on a motorcycle? Yup, that's permitted too. Heck, you'll also see off-road dirt bikes with no turn signals or taillights, although it's not permitted and they risk having their bikes seized. How about respect for red traffic lights? Well, be careful, because most drivers will drive through a red light. In fact, don't be surprised to see at least 2 vehicles burn a red light. Yep, even so-called professional bus drivers burn red lights. Roundabouts, or traffic circles, are a bit entertaining to observe. Here in Ecuador, no one maintains their lane in a traffic circle. It's more of a high-low-high straight line trajectory, so beware if you do decide to drive in Ecuador. A friend of mine was struck by another vehicle while maintaining his lane in a traffic circle. A traffic cop who had witnessed the incident decided that my friend was at fault. My friend quickly determined that if you appear to have money, then you're at fault because you're able to pay. Best to begin recording on your cell phone. My friend didn't, and before he knew it, the other driver had family appear out of nowhere as witnesses after the fact. This last video was recently posted on Facebook and appears to be from a traffic or security camera. Suffice to say that you'll want to have your wits about when driving. I read that this was an impaired driver in broad daylight. While Ecuador is a lovely place to visit and live, you'll want to take your precautions when walking about. Keep your eyes moving and assessing high and low for potential dangers to avoid injuries. And should you decide you want to drive, take note of the many driving habits which have the potential to lead to troubles if you're not prepared. If you like this video, please give us a like and subscribe to be notified when additional videos are posted. For now, keep well. Hope to have you join us soon again.